There we go. Alright. My hair is a bit of a mess, but it's fine. I mean, doing workouts, you're not exactly supposed to be the prettiest looking thing on the planet, are you? Not really. So, how's it going, everybody? I'm Katarina. If you don't know, if you watched any of my lives in the past, I am a huge automotive enthusiast. And typically I've been starting my lives by doing these workouts. It's a lot of fun. You know, I really do enjoy doing the rowing machine, which I skipped yesterday doing. But there's a good reason why I skipped yesterday. Because, well, I was working on a movie set. In case you didn't see, this is just something that I'll be doing for a few weeks here, and it'll just be good. And you can just get banned. Bye bye, Kaku Twat. Goodbye. Hi, JM Exploration. How's it going? And four guys, well. The thumbnail looks like a Vincent Van Gogh painting. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, the picture there is like my, that's like my profile picture, I think. You know? Or, is that the one where I'm in between the 86 Mustang convertible and Stitch? Look at that picture. Hey, poor guy. How's it going? I just cleared my Smith gauge. Hey, let's go! Christopher, that's awesome, man. Congrats, dude. Like, anytime you can work on yourself like that, I am so in for that, man. Like, anyway, that's awesome. But yeah, so you guys might be looking at the, you know, the title of this video and going, huh? What do you mean that you were, like, talking about a movie? And yeah, so I will give you guys details of this when I know a little bit more about the project. I mean, I know a little bit, but not like everything, right? So I am working on a movie with a it's a low budget monster movie, and they needed an old luxury car from the 60s into the 70s is what they wanted. Well, I gotta have a 78 T-Bird outside. So, yesterday, I took the T-Bird to High River, and we were filming at our Eamon's garage there. So that's pretty cool. You know, if you don't know Eamon's garage, it's actually a very famous garage that existed in Calgary and Tuscany, like near the Tuscany LRT station. And it got moved there in 2016 into High River. So we were doing some scenes there. This next Sunday, we're going to be back at filming again. So that's going to be pretty cool. No, so there's going to be some interior shots of the car because, again, the car is not the focal point. The car is just an accent piece, right? So, with this, like, this next Sunday, like, I'm going to be going to Calgary, and we'll be doing some interior shots with the actors, with the car. I'll be kind of directing them what to do with the car, basically, because, well, the one actor was very nervous, even just, like, jumping behind the wheel of it, for the quick little scene of just rolling less than 5 kilometers an hour up to a gas pump. And I kind of had to, like, show him what to do. And stopping on ice and stuff like that as well. So, kind of interesting. And actually, I didn't see. So I thought my alternator died. Everything dead. Would die after it boosts. It turns out 7-pin wire was the issue. Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. That's no bueno. Oh yeah, it is an older car. And like I was trying to explain to him, this car doesn't have ABS, it doesn't have traction control, nothing like that. You have to threshold brake it. Plus it has like really good brakes as well, so if you're not used to that in an old car, you can very easily lock up the brakes. It's not very hard to do in that car at all, actually. But yeah, that'll be like a full day working on set there. Am I making a lot of money doing this? God, no. If anything, I am making like hardly anything, but I'm okay with that because I am wanting to help these guys out. They're a young crew, and they're making this movie, and it's really neat. So we shall see how it goes, right? Like I said, it's a monster movie. Even though it's filmed in Alberta, it's set in New York. And what was really nice with the director, because now I'm in their group chat for the movie. And I was throwing out suggestions for what to do, because we were having technical issues and stuff like that. And they were actually listening to me, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so basically everything we shot on Sunday, we're gonna be like reshooting some of that, unfortunately. So we didn't get much footage for working for so many hours, but over the technical issues. So we can see. Yo, you know me? What? I recognize the username, but that's about it at the moment. Yeah, I definitely did. Like, they were having issues with there was only like -8 with the wind chill, but that was really affecting the one camera. But the other camera that was working just fine, we only had one battery for it. So we couldn't do much when it came to that. So we're just gonna reset and we're gonna be working like a full day because there's some daytime shots, there's some nighttime shots, and there's apparently we're gonna be filming a death scene too. So that'll be interesting. Do I know the whole premise of the film other than it's a mob movie? No, I haven't seen the script or anything like that. But that'll be a nice surprise for when I'm working on set with them. And realistically, I'll be there for about 4 times total, I think. And then my role will basically be done. Unless they want to move it back on for other things. That's up to them, really. But, you know, they love the T-Bird. You know, that T-Bird's a nice little car, to be honest. And they're just amazed at the condition of it whenever else. So yeah. Stop it, do it slowly? What the hell are you talking about? What, you're saying I should do the rowing machine slowly? That kind of defeats the purpose of doing this. Like, if you want me to sexualize this, you can get the fuck out of my chat, dude. So, that's your only warning. Really cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be in any of the scenes, at least to my knowledge. Just the T-Bird is going to be a focal point in a few of the scenes. So, we shall see. And, because my schedule is pretty open right now, so that thing will be going on. Like, I think I'll be doing this until sometime in, like, January, more than likely, is when my part will be over with this. But who knows? They might want to bring me on for other things. And I can say no. So, what are you trying to say then, dude? Because I'm very confused. Like, do it slowly. Do what slowly? Because all I'm doing right now is working out and I'm talking, and I'm not talking that fast. So, whew. Already 9.5 minutes in, let's go. Yeah, it always sucks when you deal with, like, wiring, because believe me, I've dealt with wiring a couple times that have caught on fire. And that is one of those interesting things when that happens. But I'm not sure what this is. That'll be cool, yeah. Oh, jeez. Well, hey, at least you had fun with it, right? Like, and I've already had fun so far on just day one of doing this. Even though, in the grand scheme of things, we didn't get a lot done, but if you look, I posted a little shot that I took on my community tab here on YouTube, and then a couple other shots on Instagram. If you want to check those out, of just like that one sort of scene. Well, that's good at least. But also, something, you guys will see this video either tomorrow or the day after, but I will have a video of a review of my dad's new truck. So, you know, it should be good. Yeah, and I'm glad they actually like the T-Bird too, because I wasn't too worried, because like it's a good luxury vehicle. You know, it's got some dents and dings and stuff like that, but the interior is like immaculate, so whatever they're doing in it is great. Yeah, like, because we picked up the Avalon today, and I gotta do a couple things with it, and while I'm doing that, I may as well do the video I want to do with it. And I just gotta be careful though. Oh, it would be a lot more unique, absolutely. But like, and something that I gotta be careful of, because there's a little issue with the Avalanche to where the tailgate doesn't like to stay closed. So, and I gotta haul some wheels out to a buddy of mine. Not that far away, to be honest. It's like 4 kilometers from here, but you know, when I say haul onto a buddy of mine, it's haul onto a buddy of mine's property, and then install those on the Magnum that's going to be sold on Saturday. So that thing will be gone. And then the T-Bird will be parked out at his place. So that's not a problem. I have slammed it. It doesn't make a difference. Like, it looks like that the striker, the bushing is gone off of the striker on the passenger side. Still going to the driver's side. So I think I'm going to replace that striker with a new bushing. That should be pretty good. Hello, Lewis. How goes it? Nice to see you. Nice to see everybody else in chat. Woo. It's getting really hot here, but this is good. Oh. Woo. My dad bought it for me. Oh, jeez. That's no bueno. Oh, yeah. And that'll happen with that one, you know, it doesn't fly open like that. But yeah, like, I slammed the fucking thing. And it was still doing it, so. Like I said, I'm gonna see about replacing that striker. And if the striker doesn't work, what I might end up doing, because this would actually work, is take a ratchet strap and basically like tighten it so that the tailgate stays tight, you know, while it's closed like that. Then when we open up the tailgate, and if we need to access that area, we can just undo the ratchet strap. It's no big deal. So we'll see. Ooh, okay, come on. I just want to get to this 50 minutes. So I'm already starting to lose energy here. Whew. Oh. It is. Okay, come on. Come on, girl. You can do this, girl. I believe in myself. Only a few seconds left. This is what you asked for. Heavy is the crown. Down in the sunlight. I just find out. So you're going this is what you asked for. Heavy is the crown. Ah, good song. I was gonna, but it was good. You know? We took out the Avalanche today. And from olds, and pretty much all we really did, but this is what you asked for. Heavy is the crown, down in the sunlight, just letting down. But I know it is what you asked for. Heavy is the crown. Woo! Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. That's 16 minutes. That's a minute longer than I normally go. Whew. Gotta make sure that I'm not flashing the camera here. Whew. That was fun. You asked for heavy as love, heavy as the crown. Whew. That was fun. Yeah, just gotta make sure. Hey, I always want to make sure though, just in case. Because, you know, I have been removed from like TikTok at times because of that. Hey, I mean, you're the probe guy, right? You're the probe guy. You're the Rotary Mazda guy. You know. And it was actually interesting because talking with my dad about, I found this really terrible ad written for an RX-7 R3. Or sorry, not RX-7, RX-8 R3. They were asking $2,000 for it, and I'm looking and like, okay, it's got 218,000 kilometers on this thing. It's like, I bet that motor's pooched. And sure as shit, they said that the engine doesn't work. But the pictures looked like they were taken on a flip phone. And it's a terrible ad. Like, it's on Marketplace. You can find it pretty easily. And I was talking with my dad, and I was kind of showing him this car, and he didn't realize that with rotaries, because rotaries are a two-stroke, to be honest. The way how they act and everything is a two-stroke. So that's why like you have to pre-mix, you know, with the fuel, right? But a lot of people don't realize that. Well, so yeah. Clean the house before I hit the Smith gauge. Nice. But and it is interesting though, because of like if people don't know that with those, they can easily blow up the motor without, you know, doing that. Because they need that specific lubrication that comes from essentially two-stroke oil. And it is pretty crazy. Because you wouldn't think that it would need that, but no. They are like that. Well, not only that, but then also like the RX-8, so they had weaker apex seals in them as well. So that didn't, you know, that didn't work as good. Because that red assist design wasn't the greatest thing in the world. But the one main problem you come across with those cars is that people don't know rotary maintenance. And rotary maintenance is quite the science, because you need to make sure that you have everything properly lubricated, that you actually like redline it basically once a day, that you know the stopping procedure for a rotary as well, because it's not just as simple as when you're done for the day that you just shut it off right away. No, you basically like park it and then you rev it up to just about redline, and you hold it around there for like a minute, and then but you're gradually lifting off the throttle until you hit about idle, and you let it idle for like 30 seconds to a minute, and then you shut it off, just to make sure that all of the lubrication happens with the engine properly. You know, it's pretty crazy. Like my neighbors would hate me if I owned a rotary, to be honest, because they already hate me because of my Mustangs, and they think that they're like loud and whatever else, but they don't realize how a cold idle circuit works on the carburetor. So Yeah, like, it is just interesting when it comes to the RX-8 of how misunderstood it is. Because in reality, they could actually be a fantastic vehicle. But most people don't know the maintenance of a Rotary. Because they sold those vehicles initially as like this family-friendly sports car, when in reality it is not. Yes, it has four doors technically, like they're half doors in the back, but you know they were somewhat practical because of that. However, the entire point of that car wasn't to be family-friendly. That it should be like all the maintenance about it, and you really make sure. See, and that's actually a good idea to do as well, like having the hood popped or whatever else like that. That makes sense. Well, see, that's nice. Like, I don't have that here as much. Like, there is, some of my neighbors, they actually really do enjoy what I do and everything, but not all of them do, so. Whew. That's good to hear. Well, see, and it's interesting because, I mean, an RX-7 does have a back seat, but having it as a four-door, it did decrease insurance for it, for sure. And actually, do I have all the parts here? No, I just have that. I wonder where that went. Sorry, because this is actually kind of a rare centerpiece for an SM95, and here you can pull out a coupler, but I don't have the cup holder and all that stuff at the ready. I need to find where I put that stuff, and I'm not sure where I put it. I can look for it. Yeah, see, and here's the thing. Rotaries, like, I'd love to play with one, but they scare the hell out of me. Because there's just so much that can go wrong with the Rotary when it's not maintained properly. At least, like, with your average vehicle, if it's not maintained as good, it's not the end of the world, typically. But with a Rotary, it definitely is. Whew. Yeah, and then the fun thing is that I'm going to have to get up early come this next Sunday, because I'll be on set all day long, so. I just might grab one of the autos that are for sale in Edmonton. I mean, fair. You can find some automatics. I mean, I actually find a lot more manuals for RX-7s, but usually I find the first gen RX-7s for sale, not the second gen, as much. Okay, let's get up here. Oh. There we go. Oh. Whew. Be afraid of heights again. Whew. Jeez. I am exhausted from that workout. Move that, and then move the kitty out of my way. Hi, buddy. Hi, bug. Ah, there we go. Enjoy up to $8,800 in total incentives on the most technologically advanced Jeep Wrangler ever. Unwrap the Chrysler Pacifica, Canada's most awarded minivan, with up to $7,600 in total incentives. Oh, of course. Like that's kind of the problem. But also, those are the cars that you see, like RX-8s or like RX-7s, I should say, that are cheaper. That they're, instead of being like 12, 15, 20 grand, they are a lot cheaper. They are basically in the, like in the 5 to 7 grand range or so. And another kitty. Ah. Whew. Geez, that made my already pretty rough hair look even worse. But it happens. So yeah, but you know, like the avalanche is all legal now. It just needs the safety done on it. But my neighbor's gonna be doing the inspection, you know, next week here, or actually not next week, like this coming week. So that'll be good. Oh, for sure. No, and that's good that you're able to have that good rapport with your neighbors and stuff. Because most of my neighbors I have good rapport with. It's just the neighbors that I have right next door, you know? Oh, of course. I've seen LS swapped RX-7s for sale. You know, I actually did a video of like a quick walk around when I was in Lethbridge for Street Wheelers last year on an LS swapped supercharged one for sale, running a Eaton M90 that they adapted to it. See, like, and here's the thing, you know, I'd love to, like, play with an RX-7 with a Rotary, but it wouldn't exactly upset me if it had some sort of a motor swap in it, but... such a good song. Sorry, it's Linkin Park. And it's actually the main song in the Need for Speed movie that came out in, what was that, like 2015, 2016? Which, underratedly, such a good movie, to be honest. Like, a very good movie when it came out. Hi! Okay, you don't need to spam in the chat. I see your comments. I was get to it, but if you keep spamming hi in the chat, I will remove you from my chat, okay? You don't need to keep doing that, because you do that every single time you come in here. What about Macedon? Am I beautiful? What kind of a question is that? That is weird. Hey, I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Because that's the one that I want to experience the most. You know, I want to drive it. I really want to, like, put it through its paces a little bit, because that's, like, the car to do it with. And it'd be kind of cool if, like, if you're able to keep it and you get it on the road and stuff, if it actually could be brought down here, you know, because, like, there's a really awesome driving road that if you just drive west of town and you keep following the main road, it gets really windy and really awesome and, like, rolling hills and stuff. And that's the kind of road you want to take a car like that on, because it's designed for that. And do I like Macedon? I don't know what Macedon is. Like, I know a Macedon as a prehistoric shark, but beyond that, I am kind of confused at what you're asking me. But hey, I mean, you know? I mean, actually, one of my last streams, I actually was drinking a red Gatorade. Or Powerade, I should say, not Gatorade. Same shit, different pile. Oh, Macedon band? I haven't heard of them, to be honest. I don't know them. No, I am not more south of Drumheller. So, do you know where Olds is? Along the QE2? I am 32 kilometers west of Olds. Hello, when I smile, separate my side. I'm gone. I don't believe it's fair. Slit my throat and so did I ever. love chili peppers. Ah, cool, cool. You know, yeah, so, like, Sundry is, like I said, only about, like, 32, 37-ish kilometers west of Olds. Like, if you follow the 27 highway, west of Olds, you know, you get here. See, and I haven't really been to Drumheller that much. You know, I've driven through it, like, once or twice. That's about it. I don't really remember it all that much. Because I typically don't have a reason to go out to Drumheller, right? Yeah. But, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll get out there this summer. We'll see. We'll see. But, I mean, if you look at my car reviews, like, if you look at the T-Bird review that I did here on YouTube, you'll see the road that I take the cars down, and it's just amazing. You know? Because nothing beats that. And that's where I take vehicles when I take them for a, when I take them for, like, a test drive. I take them down that road, because you will find the flaws in your vehicle going on a road like that. Like, it's nice and smooth, but, you know, like rolling hills and test your suspension and stuff. Just don't live here? Fair enough. Yeah, like, and Sundry, you know, it's a nice place to kind of be, like, to visit and stuff like that, you know? But, well, one nitro SRE notes? Cool, cool. Yeah, I mean, I used to work out in Olds, but no longer the case. Hello, hello, when I smile, separate the side. I don't believe this fit. Sundre. And yes, it is a town. Like I said, follow the 27 highway, you'll hit Sundry. It's, like, you know, heading west of Olds. Because, like, when you turn off of the QE2 and go into Olds, you're on the 27 highway at that point. Meth Moof. Huh? Hello, hello, when I smile, separate my side. I don't believe it's real. It's less than that. From Sundry to there, it's like 2.5, 2:45-ish. Depending on traffic, it might be 3 hours. Or if you have a stop, I suppose. It'd be 3 hours. But, yeah. Ooh. I'll get a new door for your truck on Wednesday. Let's go. Oh, nice. Oh, I know that, Ryan, but I'm saying, you know, when it's fixed, you should bring it here. I just, like, because I know, like, where to go. Where you are, I haven't a freaking clue where there's any good roads up there. Besides going to, like, Edmonton and going to Grote Road, but it's kind of a pain in the ass to film on Grote Road. So, hey, I mean, I need a passenger door for Stitch, to be honest. Something severe. It's getting pretty crusty. Ah, there you go. And Sundry's not very big. There's like 3,300 people here, so... Yours is holy? So what you're saying is that it's like the Messiah. Oh, we have somebody speaking Portuguese, by the looks of it. Is it either Spanish or Portuguese? Like, don't get me wrong. You'd probably let me track it if I came to see you. Oh, bet. I need to get a helmet, but that's not the most difficult thing to do. Because I can probably find one. Borrow one off somebody. You can see the speaker outside when you close the door. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, that's a little worse than my door, but... that's funny. Although now, so Stitch is parked for the season, essentially. Like, I will, like, sparsely drive it because Stitch is, on park insurance at the moment. And I'm just going to be driving the 82. So, yeah. And who knows, depending on how early I can get out and do stuff, maybe I'll try and coerce my dad into giving me some assistance with installing the spoiler that I have for the car, the 3-piece. That'd be cool. Oh, absolutely, it would be. You know, like, and experiencing different cars is quite fun. Admittedly, like, have I driven a front-wheel drive car, like, at speed and stuff like that? Not really. Because I've only driven a couple of front-wheel drive cars in general. So that'd be a different experience. And, like, learning how to adjust for the understeer the wheel drives naturally have, you know, would be interesting. But, like, I'm hoping, like, I'd love to be able to drive both cars and be able to take them to the track. Would be cool, too. See, I don't know what this person is saying in, like I said, I can't tell if that's Espanol or if that's Portuguese. I thought I saw something that said Portuguese, so that's why I assumed that, but... But yeah, like, and that's the one thing, Ryan, because, if you have a vehicle that is ready for when we do that track day, I will invite you out to the track day that we go to. I'll give you the contact information for the person to call and everything at the time, but I don't understand why people want to make these cringy and weird comments, because all they're doing is just screaming for attention when they're saying stuff like that. Like, are you okay there, bud? Like, did somebody upset you and so you're lashing out to people on the internet because nobody loves you? Like, is that what's going on here, bud? Oh, that's good at least. Oh, what'd you walk into? Good question there, Kevin. Oh, and Chris speaks fluent Spanish. That's cool. Like, I don't know. I mean, this might be able to work to decipher his comments. Oh, that sucks. Because I'm gonna check, actually. Hang on, let's see. See, this will work. Oh, you'd like to go? Okay, you'd like to go to the United States. You've never been? To be honest, I don't live in the States. I'm actually Canadian. Just construction grade? Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I've got Google Lens, so I can, you know... People would be tagging me in another stream? Don't they know that you're in the best stream around? And, you know, that this is Katarina stream? Like, come on. Rude. Just kidding. I'm not that so full of myself. Hey, I mean, I have a lot of Powerade, so... Especially in the summertime. Like, I drink a lot of that stuff. But then also, like, something that I want to push more, too, is once it starts to get to spring, like, I'm going to be pushing out a lot of our, the car shows and stuff like that we'll be at with the Dyno. Because I'm hoping to get more people this year, you know? Because this last year was kind of a disappointment when it came to, you know, the Dyno, but because, like, our numbers were way down. You know, like, I didn't actually get out to Corrobert, Saskatchewan, but the rest of them did, and they only ran 3 cars going out to Corrobert. Like, that's not good. We only ran about half the vehicles that we normally do up in Fort Mac. It's not great. Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. I mean, I know you do, obviously, because you know you're always here whenever I go live, and like at least when you see it, you know it's great. Like you're one of my like sort of top fans that way. I see you comment on a lot of my videos and stuff, and it's great. And the fuck shit up and have a good time. I came here to fuck shit up and have a good time. You'd like to know the power of my F-150? I can promise you it makes more power than Stitch does. Guaranteed. So, hey, of course, Kevin. I only say what is true, right? You know? Saying it's fairly low mileage. Like, I mean, yeah, your truck, does that have the 300 in it? Or is that, I'm just trying to remember. Just trying to remember everybody's cars can be difficult to remember all the time. The fuck shit up and have a good time. But yeah, like, because here's the thing. Nothing is really going to beat... okay. Like, nothing is going to beat, for being a 6-cylinder, what my car made on the Dyno when I had, like, when I had the bad gas, because hang on, let me open up YouTube Studio here, and I will find the numbers, because it wasn't good. It was like 48 horsepower or something like that, which is still not the lowest I've had on the Dyno. No, I want, not music, I want studio. There we go. Okay. Content. Let's see. Okay, no. Let's see. It's just a short that I did, that I do know. What do you mean something went wrong? Okay, fine. Ugh. I hate this phone sometimes. Yeah, that 306, like, it's not gonna make, like, a ton of power, obviously, but it'd be, pretty good. Let's see. Okay, that's this year. Because this was last year. There it is. Hang on, let's see here. So, my car made 58 horsepower and 70 foot-pounds of torque on the Dyno with a bad tank of gas in it. It was wild. Your truck, I'd assume, actually, how tall of tires do you have on that thing? Let me ask you that, too. Because that makes a big difference in what I would guess what your numbers are. And also, Is your truck... Oh, yeah, you said your truck is the manual, so, okay. Okay, and actually, I need to look. Like, do you have, like, relatively stock-sized tires on it? Or are you, like, oversized tires? Like, height-wise, not exactly width, because width doesn't mean anything. Or very little, anyways. Let's see. And actually, what year is your truck again? I can't remember. Like, I can't remember if yours is an OBS Ford or if it's a, like, brick nose. It's all stock, okay. What year is your truck? 89, okay. And also, is it a long box or a short box? Because that makes a difference, too. People don't think so, but it does. Because how long your drive shaft is. Hey, Ronnie. Welcome to my live. My name is Katarina. And I'm a huge automotive enthusiast, obviously, if you don't know. You know, I deal a lot in, like, the Fox bodies and stuff like that. And obviously, I've been playing around with this T-Bird for a bit. And tomorrow, I'm going to be playing around with the Chevy Avalanche. That should be fun. But I'm glad to see you here because I always love to chat with fans new and old afar, you know? And you love the OBS trucks? Cool. Are you more into, like, the Ford OBSs or the, like, Chevy OBSs? Okay, so that would have had... Okay. Okay, so that would be... fair enough. And then actually, what was I gonna say? So, you would basically be, give or take for power, somewhere around 100 to 110-ish wheel horsepower. Which, oddly enough, is pretty on par with what I make for power in mine. Oh, cool. Let's see. Wait, what? My dad hates me. He gave away his 86 GMC Sierra away to someone gave? Do you mean like he gave it to someone else and he didn't give it to you? Did you ever express interest in it? Or, like, there's so much context I'd need for that to really properly engage with this. Oh, nice, Chris. That's awesome. Nope, hang on. There we go. And I mean, hey, I love 69 Mustangs as well. I mean, I like every generation of the Mustang. Like, take just about any Mustang ever made. I'll take it. Can I ask what state I'm in? No, you can't, because I don't live in the States. Oh. God. I almost want to go on the rowing machine again, but I know that's going to be a mistake if I do that. I should just say, hey, I got over 60 minutes in, and I should be good with that. But I want to go again. Ugh, I shouldn't, though. Again, Ronnie, I live in Canada. You know, so there's that. I'm not really... I doubt I'd be in the market for something like that. You know? Because you commented that on my post, but... And even, like, 2009 is a little bit too new for what I'd want to be making, because that they had the facelift in that. I need the early S195 from, I think... Because I think the non-facelift one was from 2005 until 2007 or 2008. I think 2009 is when they changed. Oh, absolutely. I do like the older cars, but like you saw my post in what I want to build someday. You know, but I need like for that specific S197. Like I said, I need that early model of it. You know. What's right now? 80 Chevy C30 dually, single cab, big block, 93 Fox GT, and a 95 Impala SS. Nice. No, I like that, honestly. That's cool. Um, this is on my playlist. I'm surprised. Yeah, okay, this is not. There we go. Oh, let's see. What is this? A guitar from Knight Rider. To be honest, not really my style as much. Like, I like those Firebirds. Don't get me wrong, but to have the Knight Industries 2000 car, not really my jam. And hi, James. How goes it? Oh yeah, like older stuff is much easier to diagnose and much cheaper in the end too. Because like, here's the thing: there is like so many complicated systems in these newer cars that can be a nightmare to try and track down if you don't have the proper scanners, and whatever else. Like even my dad's Chevy Avalanche, you know, like it has a check engine light right now, but I don't know what it is because I don't have a scanner. I should invest in one, but again, I don't really touch modern vehicles, so not very much, anyways. Maybe a Dukes of Hazzard car? Yeah, I mean, like, I that's more my style. I don't want like some flashing bar on the front of my car, to be honest, which is actually illegal to use that on the road anyway. So, you can't have red, you can't have blue, and you can't have a strobing light either. And you need a drift car? I mean, there's plenty of cars you can turn into drift cars, you know. I'm not a big fan of people making drift cars only because it just destroys the cars. And it's kind of sad, but, you know. Yeah, like these newer vehicles, they're just ticking time bombs. You know, it's only a matter of time before they go wrong. Right? Where at least the old stuff, like when they go wrong, it's in a long time, you know. Wait, Ronnie, how old are you? Let me just if you let me ask you that because you mentioned about when you get your license. Oh, good song. Oh, you're 18. Okay, you just haven't gotten your license yet. Fair enough. I mean, I didn't get my license until I was 24, so there's that. Ain't no mystery, but all I left, I'm pushing back, you running you over. I've been thrown down, turned around, beaten till I hit the ground, telling me that now that it's over. The roads from mistakes, parts are in place. Say what you will, say it to my face. Better back the fuck up, better shut the fuck up. I'll do what I want, and I'll never give up. Sorry, I love this song. It's Five Finger Death Punch, which obviously I can't sing like Five Finger Death Punch can, so there's that. What do you mean by that, Roddy? That you're somewhat homeless? I'm confuzzled by that. You didn't get your license until you were 22. 17 for me, right when GDL was in place. Fair enough. See, I got lucky with my license. So I got my license, and then I was going to actually do like do the next thing for the GDL program. But right as I was about to book the appointment for that, Alberta announces that they are scrapping the GDL program. It's like, perfect, let's go. So I got lucky that way. Nah, shitty. Nothing like a lowered 88 Civic 4-door LX. Not my favorite year of the Civic. You know, for me, go earlier than that. And the 4-doors aren't bad, but if you're gonna get a 4-door, do the Accord of that generation with the pop-up lights and everything. Just chef's kiss. Love those cars. My dad had an 87 for a while, and that had like a JDM swap, so it made like 130 horsepower, I think. And that thing was like, it flew. It was fun. But, and also had a kick-ass sunroof in it too. It just like, it never leaked any rain. Like, and you could have it, you could be driving through rain with the sunroof open and you would not get wet. It's wild. You know, like, I love that thing. Being 37, you're not going to upgrade now. Valid. Yeah, getting my class 3 or class 1. See, I mean, I have my class 4, which... is it worth getting your class 4? Unless you're planning on driving like a small bus or a taxi? Not really. Although I can legally drive an ambulance. So there's that. Ugh. Now, do I dare ask of why you have police issues? Like, do I dare ask? Because, yeah, and here's the thing. So, you were in the foster system, but then they kicked you out when you turned 18. You should still be receiving money from that. 2 felonies? Oh, dude. Okay, that explains more of this. Oh, dude. I don't have to say anything, obviously, but... That's not the best way to do things, especially that way. Because to be honest, car theft pisses me off the most, because you steal somebody's pride and joy, or their only mode of transportation. Like, anybody that does that is a complete piece of shit in my mind. They really are. Like, that's just stupid. But hey, being young and dumb, I suppose. Like, here's the thing. Because my dad had his truck stolen a few years back. You say that's why you like your 5-speed? Fun fact, my dad's truck was a 5-speed and it still got stolen. We went to Cross Iron Mills, and the truck got stolen as we were doing a karaoke night at Finnegan's one night. I mean, one was a work truck, one was a church van? Okay. The church van is really bad, to be honest. Because here's the thing. Being a church vehicle, guess what? That's like their only vehicle to like pick up supplies and stuff like that for that. Like, it's just ridiculous. Probably anyone could drive them now compared to autos. More than you think, but yeah. It's getting to be a dying breed for sure. Imagine stealing a smart car? Imagine, like, abiding by the laws and not stealing anybody's car. Imagine that. Hey, I get that. Like, I had bikes stolen from me a couple times when I was growing up. And it was the worst. You know, like, and then when my dad got his truck stolen, that was awful too. What do you mean that those charges are dropped if you already went to jail for it, and you have the felonies for it? How would you manage that? Like, that's the one thing. If, you know, if I ever find out any of my vehicles get stolen, which my vehicles stand out like a sore thumb. There's a reason why I drive what I drive. Because, you know, it's going to be difficult. And to be honest, like, there is stuff that I want to do with both of my cars to basically make it so that you're not stealing that shit no matter what. And it wouldn't be hard to do, honestly. Oh, shitty. Hmm. No one wants to steal my cars. They're all manual and too low to the ground. You say that, but hi, that I have you know, a mental disability called I love cars that are fun and with rotaries. Just saying. Just saying. Not that I'm actually gonna steal your car, but you know. Oh, a Lariat 302 extended cab short box. Yeah, those are kind of rare trucks, actually. I do see them every now and then, but yeah. Definitely not the most common things on the planet. That definitely sucks, though, for sure. You're doing this in manual, the manual choke? Oh yeah, see, now, that is the ultimate theft deterrent, is a manual choke, because most people are going to see that and not know what to do with it. You know? Wait, how do you not know how many charges are against you? Hey, it's okay, Kevin. Are you doing alright, man? Like, you know? Or do you just want to just, like, listen to a chill stream and whatever else? And if so, that's cool, too. I mean, I have been hit by a car while I was on a bike, too. That was awful. Luckily, they weren't going very fast, and nor was I. But, you know, I still got a decent amount of road rash from that, and, had PTSD going through crosswalks for quite a few years after that. Oh, fair enough. Hey, I get it. I mean, it is late that I'm streaming, too, to be honest. Like, you know, it is midnight, so... Alright, it's past midnight. It's almost 12:30 even. I mean, I had a nap earlier. You know, after we ate, like, I fell asleep in my chair here, and then my dad fell asleep for a bit too, but he woke up before me. And I just kept kind of napping for a while, and it was nice to get like it was about a 30-minute napping. Oh my god! That? Jesus, dude. I mean, I'm glad to hear you're okay, but my god, Kevin. Oh my god. I hope that they, like, caught this guy and everything, because yikes. Eee. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, you know, I went to, so the other day, when I was in, or last, was that? That was Saturday, yeah. So Saturday, I was up in Edmonton, and when I was leaving, I nearly T-boned some dumb broad in a Mini. Like not super new, it's like a 2010 or so Mini. Uh, so basically, the cars are going, there is one lane beside me, you know, that is stopped and trying to turn. but they're in a bigger truck, so they actually needed a little bit more space, so they were waiting for this woman to go. And then there was a truck stopped in the turn lane to turn in there as well, and then there was another lane open on the other side. Well, this woman pulls out straight beside me, and I slam on the brakes and I lay on the horn. I'm like, what the hell? She stops right in front of me. I'm like, you dumb broad, you've already cut me off at this point. Just fucking commit. Don't stop. Like, just realize you made a fucking mistake. And, luckily I was paying attention. Because if I wasn't paying attention, you bet your ass I would have smoked that car. And my 82 Mustang would have been basically written off at that point. Hi, Adrian. How's it going? Good old Danko Jones. She had a diamond eye, beauty all her own. Oh, you know, girl. Hey, fair enough, Kevin. It's a good mindset to have, that way. I try not to hold grudges and stuff like that either, but, stuff like that, I'd have a hard time. Definitely have a hard time, but... Oh, what's going on, Adrian? Are you okay? You doing alright, man? And she walked on. I didn't know what I just lost. She's out there and doing this like me. What if? What would have happened? What could have been? Well, see, the easiest... If you want to do the cheapest and easiest movie car ever, just go, take a second-gen Ram that's a 4x4 extended cab and paint it red, put that container in the back, and boom, you've recreated a movie car from Twister. Oh, jeez. That's no bueno. Hope the doggo's okay. Because, yeah, that's pricey, for sure. I mean, and this little fat cat that's on my lap right now, he's going to need to, not surgery, but he's going to need to get his cyst drained again. Sometimes I want to give it back. Where it was. Then I lost track. And I think of you. Baby, who knew? Who knew? She's out there. She's somewhere. I'm losing my head again. She's always on to me. I'm going out of my head. I will tell you right now, Ronnie, one of the worst cars you can buy is a retired police interceptor. Every single one of those that are on the market is clapped out. They are awful. I would not grab one of those. If you want a Panther body platform or anything like that, like what Ford guy said, get a Lincoln Town car, get a Mercury Marquis, get a regular Crown Vic. Don't get a cop car. Cop cars are not worth doing. You're allowed to have a spotlight? You're allowed to have a spotlight here, too. That's not what I'm talking about. It's just, ex-cop cars are the worst cars to buy, because people who typically buy those are beating the ever-living shit out of them. And they were beaten to hell when they were in service as well. And they have a lot of idle time on them, too. cop cars are something to avoid typically. You know, because sure, they have like impeccable maintenance schedules, but beyond that, they're not exactly the car to buy. You know? My kitty cat's good, you know? He's just sleeping on my lap right now. All curled up and loving life. You know, like you can see. It's kitty. Yeah, I mean, most people don't know what the Cooper Works are, so... Bro, Lincolns are too expensive for me? A town car and a Crown Vic are basically the same price. You want a Hellcat? You don't know how to drive a Hellcat. Trust me. What you should do, you should pick something that doesn't exactly have a lot of power for a vehicle to drive. You know, like... Because, I'm sorry, you're 18, you probably don't have that much driving experience at that point, you don't even have a license, and you want to get a Hellcat. You drove a fast car before? What car have you driven that's actually fast? And what format did you drive that vehicle? Ooh, a 71 Big Block Monte Carlo? Those are gorgeous cars. Like, honestly, I love those Monties. Just absolutely beautiful. I love that shape. Like, I like those more than a Chevelle, to be honest. By far, Monte Carlo over Chevelle. You drove a Mercedes-Benz sports car. Well, that really narrows it down. Like, on a back road. Again, that narrows it down. There are Mercedes sports cars that made 180 horsepower. There are Mercedes that made over 600 horsepower. Like, what was it? Because it makes a big difference. Just waiting for him to reply. Because that's the one thing, like, and a lot of Mercedes aren't, like, super fast either. You know? Because trust me, I've actually driven pretty fast cars myself. Not for too long, but I have driven a couple of faster vehicles. Like, my neighbor's truck, you know, with the Chevy 302 that makes about 600 horsepower, and it's lightened to hell. That thing's a rocket. And it's even faster now than when I drove it. You know? Oh, 100%. Those things are amazing off-road. Although, you want to know what's even better off-road than 3800 BX Entry? Take a Chevrolet B-Body and take it on the gravel. Best off-roader ever. Well, what kind of power was his Skyline putting down? Just out of curiosity there, Adrian. Hey, there you go. Nice. I mean, there's a little more cops than that here, but you can get away with a lot here. Like, the cops know who I am. They've only ever pulled me over once. But the cop didn't even want to be there, so he didn't give me a ticket or anything. Technically, I've been pulled over twice, but that other time here was... I was surprised because, like, I had just done a burnout in my car, and I thought the cop was pulling me over because of that. Turns out, no. He was pulling me over because there was a motorcycle that got stolen. They were asking if I had seen a motorcycle around. And it's like, nope, I have not seen a motorcycle tonight. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was just taking a nice leisurely drive and just enjoying myself. and the convertible. Mercedes-Benz SLK 350. Okay, see, that's not even comparable in speed to a... Yeah, nowhere near comparable in speed to a Hellcat. Like, that's a slow car compared to a Hellcat. Like, for reference, that SLK makes about 300 horsepower? Ish? A Hellcat makes over 700. Big fucking difference. Fast is relative, to be honest. Like, there are some things that, you know, I find fast and other people don't and stuff like that. Like, for most people, that wouldn't be a fast car. I know people that, if it's not a 600 plus horsepower car, then it's not fast. Okay, hang on. I will look up the specs of a 2005 SLK 350. Which I thought SLK were like, in... Like, the SLK 230 is the one I think of as compressor, but... Let's see. 2005... SLK... 350 specs. Let's see. What kind of power did they make? They made 268 horsepower. Let's see. Yeah, 268 horsepower. What's the torque? What's the weight of it? So one thing I want to find out. They weigh 3,200 pounds. So, I mean, power weight isn't terrible on that, actually. Yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like, I rode in the passenger seat and the guy was driving down the road going like one. Okay, no, you say that, but you've never done it. Like, because when somebody talks like that, they're just being extremely cocky and they honestly have no idea what they're doing. Like, what's the fastest car you've actually been behind the wheel of? Yeah, you will, but you say you will, but you haven't. Like, there's a big difference, dude. Again, you're 18, you're cocky as shit, but you said you didn't drive it. You said you were a passenger. That doesn't count. Because if you want to get technical, the fastest I've been in a vehicle was 254 kilometers an hour as a passenger. But I wasn't driving the damn thing. Actually, correction. No. I drove that thing when it was tuned, and he did 280 kilometers an hour. I forgot about that. You know, and I only ever had that thing up to about, like, 180 kilometers an hour. So, and for reference, for the Americans in the chat, what is 280 kilometers to miles? And that's 173 mile an hour that he was doing in his 2020 GT California Special that was tuned. It was fun. Oh, nobody gets on my nerve, Kevin. You know that. I got a skin steel. So, no worries, girl. Or girl. Dude. God, my brain's not working. I appreciate you coming out, as always, and take care, man. Look forward to seeing your comments soon. Peace out, man. But how fast did you get it to on that back road? Because, let's be honest, you mentioned your buddy did 140 miles an hour. Like, Oh no, he's on my lap. He's sleeping. He's sleeping. You're gonna go make a YouTube video? All right, have fun. Oh, see, here's the thing. I've never owned a fast car. Ever. All my cars haven't been that fast in the grand scheme of things. Like, even Lilo, with a 302 and everything into that thing, only made, it was like 150 horsepower to the wheels. Wasn't that great, so... Like, right now, I have dyno sheets to prove it. Stitch Outside made 100 wheel horsepower, 220 torque. While the, I don't know what the 82 would make for power. But we'll see. Hello, Wakula! How goes it? You're from Rwanda? Oh, cool. How goes it? Nice to see you in the chat. See, here's the thing. You don't have enough experience behind the wheel to be that cocky, dude. You just don't. Like, here's the thing. I have documented proof that my little straight six Mustang, which shouldn't keep up to just about any car on the track, was only 2 seconds off of lap time of two cars that are far superior to my my car. I was 2 seconds slower on my fastest lap than a S197 GT Mustang. It's like, it was a late one, so it's like a 2012, like 2014. It's got the Coyote in it. And the other car that did that same time was a 2018 WRX. So there's that. And I've documented it on my channel. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah. Here's the thing. That track is more conducive to cars that are not, like, super fast. Like, it's better if you have a car that, like, you know, can handle a little better. But the most powerful car isn't really going to do you much on that track. You know? And why don't you take your meds there, bud? Because it makes you do a cocky bastard. Like, why, you know... Why? Like... you know... I just don't understand the mentality. I really don't. Underneath the trees, to watch the sky, exposing stars, satellite. Never dreamed that you'd be mine, and here we are, we're here tonight, singing a man, I'm alive, I'm alive, singing hey man, I'm alive. If everyone cared and nobody cried, if everyone loved and nobody lied. I'm singing a hey man, I don't smoke anything at all. I don't do any of the ganja. I don't do any smoking of cigarettes or cigars or anything like that. So lies and paradise. See, and here's the thing. I don't exactly like drive my cars super hard on the road typically. You know, I am, like, I do have fun in my cars, don't get me wrong, but I'm not usually going, like, mock chicken in them. It's not really what I'm interested in doing with those cars, you know? And I do have alcohol every once in a blue moon, but it's not that often that I drink anymore. Never went faster than 105 km or 89? Fair. See now, like, don't get me wrong. If I had a vehicle that was actually like fast and whatever else, it'd be more tempting to, speed and whatever else. But I don't. I own a couple of straight six Fox bodies. They're not fast, and I take care of people's cars that are like the '78 T-Bird. That again is not fast, right? It's fun, but it's not fast. It's just a awesome cruiser. Oh yeah, like your WRX would rip, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised with that. Uh, with the turbocharged flat four and everything, it'd be fun. Exactly. Like, here's the thing, because everybody thinks that they need the most power in the world to have fun, but in reality, you will have more fun in a car that is underpowered than in a car that is overpowered, by far. Like, people talk about how awesome Hellcats are and everything like that. And I'm like, you don't know how much fun it is to drive a car that has no expectations of being fast. Makes so much more fun. Hmm. Oh, for sure. Like, I mean, and your RX-7, because even though, like, it's an NA, it'd still be kind of quick for what it is. Because it would make somewhere in the neighborhood of, like, 120, 130 horsepower or something like that. But in a car that weighs, like, 2,000 pounds, right? So it would kind of rip a little bit. And then your Probe, that's like 180 horsepower in a car that weighs, like, 2,600 pounds or so. So that thing would get up and go pretty decent, too, for what it is. Ooh, and an MX-3. The MX-3 is such a weird car because of their engines were a bit wild. Because the MX-3 did have a couple of engine options. The one engine option, though, that you almost never see is a 1.9 liter V6. It didn't make that much power, but like the pistons are basically like that big. Like they're tiny pistons in it. And it's crazy. Ronnie, it's physically impossible to overdose on THC. Just putting that out there. You cannot overdose on THC. Yeah, I do remember you talking about that yours was the four-banger. But, it's unusual to see those V6s. And they required, like, some specialty parts and shit like that to work on them. So... Hey, I mean, it'll be a fun car, and I'm sure I will enjoy driving it, Okay, Ronnie, if you're trying to be an edgy idiot, it's not really working for you, bud. Like, instead of being a reject and whatever else, like, maybe try and be a productive member of society and have fun. You know? Like, come on. Oh, a lot of those MX-3s are pretty clapped out, to be honest. They were a cheap car that nobody cared about, so... Okay, Ronnie, if you keep chalking drugs in my chat, I will hide you from my channel forever. This is your only warning? Knock it off. MX-6 is also underrated? I mean, the MX-6 is the same thing as a Probe, so, like, identical cars. Although, admittedly, there are some years of the MX-6 that I think looks a little bit better than a Probe. Like, because they did a little different styling cues. But, yeah. Oh no, Chris, I understand. Like, you're just kind of like talking and being funny about it, but you can tell Ronnie is just being an idiot about shit, and I'm just, not. Like I said, like, you're just kind of feeding him being dumb, and I know, like, you're not meaning anything by it. But this is supposed to be somewhat family friendly chat. It's not like, holy shit, like, I'm not gonna swear or anything like that, and you're gonna see some cusses in the chat, but, it's that sort of thing, right? Hey, no worries, Chris. It's all good. I have seen the odd MX6 here and there, but I definitely see more of those, um, I don't see more of the, if my brain will work here, probes. There we go. Fit check? I am literally wearing one of my work shirts because these are the shirts that I'm okay with getting dirty and stuff like that because I did a workout. Obviously, my hair is like kind of greasy because I did a workout. And I'm wearing just standard shorts with some black socks. Nothing special because it's functional for working out. Let my all fallen down, giving me the strength to face them, feeling it taking over now. I'm about to take it all away. We know better way of knowing world because controlling. Alive, given to the night. I gotta love Disturb. But yeah, no, it, like, now when you say stanced, how far are you thinking of stancing? And do you mean, like, just dropping it down to the ground, or do you mean, like, negative camber, or what? Because there is a fine line between tasteful and awful. There's a very fine line between that. Because a lot of negative camber is just awful, and you shouldn't really do it. Unless if you, like, don't care about your suspension, or your tie rods, or your ball joints, or your tires. Because it wears them all out so fast. There may no better way of knowing a world because controlling. I'm gonna deny the savior in front of your eyes. Stare into the night. See, and that's the one thing, like, it'd be kind of fun to screw around with some of those cars that, like, are going to be awful to drive, but, like, as an example, driving, like, a donk as an example, one of the dumbest things, I think it would be hilarious to drive one, or, like, driving a car with hydros, because I just ride like shit down the road, and you're just, like, hopping and stuff, but, again, same idea, right? Good old Ford twin I-beam problems. That happens. Oh yeah, like, those are just ridiculous, and I always laugh at those guys when they come into a car show and, like, they scrape so bad, or they rip off a bumper or something. I wish I had my phone out more often to record that shit when it happens. I just don't. Like, even though I do a lot of, like, social media stuff, with cars and everything, I never have my phone out enough to, like, film everything that's around me. But when I think of diesels are awesome, honestly. Like, I would own a diesel. If they didn't, you know, if they didn't cost so much to, like, own and maintain, you're damn right I'd own one. But the problem is, so the typical diesel is very expensive, like, when it comes to, like, buying a diesel vehicle. Unless it's, like, a Golf or something like that. But, like, as an example, a 12-valve Cummins. Kind of an expensive proposition, unless you get, like, a clapped-out first-gen Ram, which, to be honest, I'd take a first-gen Ram with a 12-valve over anything else. But then, you know, the parts for them, like glow plugs and the injection pump, the injectors, all very expensive. Where, like, my little carbureted straight sixes, the parts are cheap. I could rebuild that whole engine for like $500. Like, it's great. You know, you can't do that with a fucking Cummins, I'll tell you that. Not every Suburban is diesels, but some of them had diesels. So, like, and depending on which Suburban, some Suburbans had the 5.7 Olds diesel, which is not exactly the greatest engine in the world, but, you know, some people like them. Some were 6.5 diesels, you know, which is far more common to see a 6.5. Yeah, yours is a 1990, so you would have had the 6.5 in that thing then. And now Suburbans can actually have modern Duramaxes in them. Oh, yours is a 6.2. Okay. Fair enough. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, 6.2 IDI. I thought they had 6.5s. Huh. To be honest, like 6.2 IDI, I'm just trying to think of that engine. Because on the top of my head, it's just, I'm blanking on that. Oh, for sure, it'd be OBD1, but... Oh yeah, that sounds like a 6.5 IDI, or sounds like a 6.5, because IDI is like a international / Ford, you know, engine. Because, like, as an example, the first diesels that were in the full-size Ford pickups, that was the 6.9 IDI, right? Chevy went, I believe, from the 5.7 Olds straight to the 6.5, I think. I don't know if there was any stopgap in between that. And then they had the 6.6s after that. Hey, of course, I get that. I get it. That is kind of sad, actually. And trying to drift it, I mean, isn't that thing kind of like a clean sort of car, too? Oh, interesting. Okay, 6.2. Huh. See, now, for me, like, when I think of 6.2, I don't think of a diesel at all. I think of a 6.2 LS, so... Interesting. Yeah, like, that's the thing. The cars that you drift are the ones that are clapped. You know, the ones that, like, you look at it and just, like, it's just not economical to fix this. You know, those are the ones that you, like, send off for drifting. But if something's actually, like, a fairly clean car, you know. Exactly, right? Like, just sad. That might be the term. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you what IDI actually stands for. Like, I know a little bit on diesels, but I'm not as, like, up on them. Even though I get people all the time, like, whenever I went live on TikTok, people always ask me about diesels. But technically on paper, you're a third owner. Hey, let's go. I mean, hey, with the 78 Civic, technically speaking, whoever bought it last, and if they've actually put it on the road, they're the second owner of that. Even though technically it's had like 4 owners. It's a little interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's somebody that I could call that could tell me all the information on IDIs. He is very much a master of that. No, his name is Travis. Good guy, actually. You know, I've dealt with him a few times, and he's a fantastic dude. Hi, Wesley. How goes it? Nice to see you in the chat, and I see everybody else in the chat too. Cool. Okay. He has 2011. He has a cam 2011 Mustang. Wait, a cammed 2011 Mustang. Didn't 2011s have the Coyote in them? And if so, why the hell would he cam it? Unless it was a V6. Because, yeah, like, upgrading cams in a Coyote is pointless. The stock cams are really good. What I do? Right now, I'm in between jobs, and I do a bunch of odd jobs and stuff like that at the moment, so. Yeah. You know, and I make my money off of YouTube and stuff. You know. And did have the loping sound to it? Fair enough. Do you know if it had the V6 in that or the V8? Because, like, I mean, in 2011, like, I'm pretty sure that's the year that they introduced the Coyote. Now, I don't know if it was like a halfway in between thing for the 2011 Mustang or not, because it could have been one of those things. I don't know for sure, but yeah, because I've heard of people like camming 3 valves, and a cam 3 valve sounds like nothing else. It is a very naughty sound. It's awesome. Fair enough. Like, you know, and that's one of those things, and like, and those Mustangs, like, do I know a ton on those late S197s? Not really. Do I know a lot on even the S197 Mustang in general? Not entirely. But, like, as an example of all the engine options, because, I mean, they changed their engines quite a bit. You know, like, their V6 to start out with was like a 4-liter, and then it went to the 3.7. The V8 went from a 4.6 to a 5.4 to a 5-liter. You know, and I think 2-valve to 3-valve for that, and then 4-valve with the Coyote. Like, it's very interesting. Well, fingers crossed that, you know, it all works out for you, man. Because like I said, I wanted to work out for you, and also I wanted to work out to where I could actually, like, film that. Because it'd be so much fun. You know? Because, like, I'll still have fun with your probe whenever you get that on the road, don't get me wrong. But the RX-7 is the one, like, that I'd be excited about, right? Oh, for sure, I get that. You know, like, all of my plans are kind of, like, on hold because I don't have, like, a stable income right now. So, like, money is kind of flowing in a little bit for me right now, but that's gonna dry up in a bit, I'm sure. So, we'll see. Like, that's one thing I hate about this time of year is I'm usually not making as much money. But to be honest, I think, though, that I'm going to end the live. It's been a really good live overall, but I need to, like, get myself cleaned up and stuff like that, because I got shit I gotta do tomorrow, too, and I don't feel like doing that, like, cleaning myself up in the morning. So, Yeah. But I appreciate everybody coming out. You guys are awesome as always. Take care. Have an absolutely wonderful night. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace out.